All right, so welcome to day 7 of the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge with me, Iona. So I am so excited that you've made it to day 7. Yay! Celebrate. I do have a jam-packed session for you today. If you haven't gone through day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, then this is not going to make as much sense. But what I am going to continue to do is share my mind map, because that is what I've been doing throughout. And what I want to do is say that today, as I mentioned throughout the creation of this, I usually do this challenge on the 3rd week in September annually. And I had a break in between each of the days because I had just had downloads. And when it came to recording this day 7, you'll notice that it is a little bit different. And so the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit actually extended, and it's now, believe it or not, it's December. And so I had set the intention to feature in an interview on the 11th month of the year, on the 11th day at 11 p.m. UK time. It just happened to be that way. And the lady's in Canada. Anyway, I had done that. I'd featured and I shared my story, and I shared my media kit, or the bio that was on my media kit. And one of the viewers was like, I read through Iona's bio and I loved it. And actually, Laurelie took time, which she never normally does, and she read all of my bio out. So I just really, really appreciate that. And I want to say that as I take my book on this virtual book tour and to be visible in the world, I even more so, I want to take it and just really get out there. So hopefully I've inspired you. I haven't featured anywhere else, and the delay between doing this was more so because I was doing the research for this day, and I had seen a couple of videos which had about launching and about the strategy of launching and having a team of 20 people when people do a big launch. And I've got some examples. I've got Amy Porterfield's examples, just done an amazing launch for 7.5 million. And she took a book, did a pre-launch strategy and took her book out there. And I was like, oh, wow, that's amazing. But it also had me see why I've created this alternative for spiritual business owners, as ambitious coaches, spiritual entrepreneurs, earth angels, authors, and light workers doing our work in the world. We don't always resonate, I don't know if you do, with that list building, and 55,000 people, 75,000 people enrolling into a list and doing that option and all the things. And it just had me sit more so of why I've actually created this. So hopefully you'll enjoy this session. And if you want to continue to work with me in the Soul Legacy Academy, I'd love it. If you want to join my community, and I actually went into the Global Networking Hub, which I've been inviting you to all week, and finished off that. So I had some tail end stuff to do. I've actually done my movement marketing in terms of my vision board challenge as well, the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board and visualize for 2025. So this, what I will do, the next follow up to this, you'll see it in the playlist at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, next September 2025. Now, in between that time, what happened was I had a loss in my life, a massive loss, and I'm relocating today as a result of that loss. I'm going back to my hometown. My sister-in-law passed, and since it was like a couple of weeks after this should have aired, and launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy is even more so. And I'm just like, wow. So I'm focused, and I've got that vision, and I'd love to support you in leaving your legacy, because we don't know. Do you know what I mean? And that sounds, I've had a lot of losses, a lot of spiritual awakenings as I have navigated this journey of sharing my light work out in the world. And hopefully you haven't, but if you have, then you'll get it. So what I want to do is share, and in between that, Mindmeister has just gone weird. So this is the template that I have been sharing with you, the media kit. There's loads and loads of media kits. I'm sure I've shown you that. You know, if you Google it, there's media kits. You can pay for them. You can get them your own on Amazon. All week, I'm sharing with you to build your author and authority platform. So for me, I don't have a bunch of people on socials, and in this launch, and I'll talk about it in a second with Amy Porterfield's launch and other people's launches as well. She's well known in the industry. She didn't start like that. You've got to start from somewhere. But when you don't have a team of 20 people and you don't have like 1,000 people on the street, as she says, promoting you, and you're not featuring 100. I think she did 100 podcasts in the leading up to her launches and in pre-launch and all those things, and not always that you have that. So this is my media kit, and hopefully again it will inspire you. I talked about Sasha Sabbath and the way that she approached me and said, you know, I'd love to feature. And I said to you that I'd love to actually do a portfolio as Sasha did. And I have done that, and I've been working on that. Mindmeister is just going really weird. So Sasha had given her gifts, and she had shared with me actually the most important thing for me when I was doing my #1 Divine Intervention virtual event, my summit, was the guests were authentic, and really it wasn't, oh, they've got a big audience. And Sasha had shown me that she'd done a list of appearances, radio, TV, summits, giveaways, etc., and just put this portfolio together. So as well as the one-page plan, actually when you're being featured, the idea is to put this portfolio together, which I'm really excited to support you in that. So we have been going all week, or you've been going all week, talking about your movement. What is a movement marketing media kit challenge? What's an author platform? What's an authority platform? What is an author and authority bio? Hopefully I've helped you in that. And sharing your spiritual awakening story. Hopefully you've shared yours by now. And what are the interview topics that you would want to be interviewed on? And so we're going to get to the point where we're sharing that template, your media kit. You can share it in an image. I'm going to try and make this bigger so you can see it. Hang on, let me see what you can see. Sharing this media kit and where you might want to share it. So I have popped this the media kit into the Soul Legacy Academy, and I'll share with you how you can watch this in here. And at the www.soullegacyacademy.com, it says the Global Networking Hub, and so you can see next year's. And then click notify me on my YouTube channel, and then you can come and join me live and let me know what it is where it is that you've been featured and how this has helped you. I was talking about the mind map of me going out there, the beginnings journeys of me saying it's time to turn my wounds into wisdom, and the co-author book series that I've been featured in and where I started. So I'm not going to talk about that now. But what I am going to do is talk about when you are getting featured and you are all over the social media. I'm going to try and make that a little bit bigger. When you're on social media, one of the things that you might have this big media kit and this bio, and put your social media on there, put your YouTube, put your website and all the rest of it. A lot of times, a lot of my students don't realize, not everyone, they don't realize what their online presence actually looks like. Meaning they haven't probably been to all of their social media handles for a while. You know, when you've got loads of creative ideas and you're like, well, you started something 5 years ago and then 2 years ago, and then you haven't been able to, because you're multi-passionate, and you haven't been able to bring everything together. What I would say is to clean up your social media And your Facebook, I think that's one of the places that people kind of just dump and kind of vent and when you're being positioned, definitely clean it up. And because when you're going out there and you're getting featured, so imagine an Amy Porterfield or the Sonny Leonard Doozy or Hal O'Rourke for the Movement Marketing, Miracle Morning, or like when you go to their socials, it's not just their personal stuff. They're a brand. Then if you're going to be creating a movement and you're going to be marketing people and you're going to be visible online, then clean up your socials and brand it. It's like, oh well, some people have resistance to this, like, well, I don't, I just want to dump and I just want to vent and I just want to, and it's fine. However, that's how you're going to be perceived. And I have the Bank 50 Days Challenge, and how you are perceived by your potential clients, how you are. And it's not about putting on a false face. What it is being professional. Like as a movement, your focus is on the movement. Yeah, the energy for the movement, anything that speaks into your movement, share it. If it doesn't speak into your movement, talk to your friends and family about it. Like that's what I would say. Because whatever is on and people look back. And so I had one of my students saying she had looked me up, and my co-producer at the time when I had built the Facebook group, the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, to 1,200 members in 12 weeks. When I think, when you think, oh, well, I'll just build this Facebook group, I'll just build this community or wherever it is, or people are looking you up on your personal profile. Right. And so to see who you are, do you do it? Like, do you Google? You're going to look, you want to know more about that person. So I would say speak to I call them your SAP, your soul tribe avatar, persona and profile. You're a version of the people that you are here to serve. You're further along than they are. And so they're looking to you to be their light leader. So just saying, because, and I say in here, that's the energy you are adding to the conversations in the world. And those who want to feature you as a joint vision partner or not. Right. And so, yeah. And you have a profile in any group that you go in. There's a profile about you, if that makes sense. So you may or may not know that. Facebook had done that a few years ago. When somebody clicks on your profile, on your face or what have you, in a group, because you'll go out and you'll, ask to get featured. There's a Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs group, which I'd been posting in over this last few weeks. People saying, I need speakers, I need coaches, authors, blah, 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 your area of expertise. What's your area of expertise? You're dropping it in, or you may drop it in this group and not realize, okay, well, that person is now going to go and look you up to see whether you're going to walk your talk, and two, whether they would actually endorse you to their audience. So just be really mindful of that. The things can work, but if you don't have a big following and you've got a messed up online presence, you're not doing yourself any favors. So are you intentional with your online presence or not? Do you have the self-control and self-discipline to be a leader in your space? And that's something to really ask yourself. Like, do you have that self-control and that self-discipline? By that I mean, yes, you can rant and vent, but make sure it's on point and on topic. Like, and you've got a really nice positive energy coming from your vibe, your pictures, your etc. Do the things that you're talking about truly matter to growing your star the way that you want to contribute? And I've forgotten what I'd actually written on here. And what do you think of the people and the gurus that are telling you to put your soul tribe on a list? Do you Google or do you check those people before you start to pay? Because the people that you're asking in the Bank 50 Days Challenge are watching you. And I didn't realize this. I had done my vision board challenge, my 1 week to create badass spiritual business vision board challenge. And I have been sharing my daily lives for intentional living. The 7 Frequency podcast is the movement. And manifesting that light work and that lifestyle balance, having that vision. And this is part of having that vision of contributing in the world and receiving that financial freedom, right? And having that spiritual life and that work balance. And so as you grow in each area of your life, then share those things, right? Because you're focusing and you're growing on your health, your contribution, your health, your emotions, your environment, your relationships, your spirituality, and your finances. So you're welcome. I will show you more about that if you don't know. But if you go to the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, you'll see that's what I share. And then every single day, I talk about those specific areas, Monday, Tuesday, right throughout the week. And so I didn't realize, well, one, people are watching me anyway, and people like then on the DMs, oh yeah, I saw, or people joining the group, oh yeah, I saw. And one lady said to me, I download your episodes every single day. And I was like, what? Do you really? She's in Egypt and you know who you are. And I said, do you really? And I had no clue. You know, when it doesn't look like you've got lots of viewers and you've not got, it doesn't matter. The people that matter are watching you. And she's like, yeah, you know, I've seen. And she said, you know, we're doing great things in the world, which is amazing. I've yet to meet her. And she said, but I couldn't download a couple of episodes. They're not, and it's because I hadn't gone live. Like I batched, I think 2 or 3, the Friday and the Saturday, Relationship Freedom Friday and Spiritual Freedom Saturday. I batched them on the Sunday, and I'm like, oh my, and I said, try now, and then she said, yeah, they work. So because I schedule them out, if I miss some, which I hadn't intended to miss some, just stuff's going on over these last couple of days, I've missed some, so I've got some batching to do again tomorrow. But people are watching. So again, like I said, one of my students looked up myself and my co-producer, and I have a testimonial on the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. And one of my students, when I first started to do the intentional living codes and start that movement, she saw me as a suggested friend from Facebook, and she just looked at she said, I looked at her blurb, her bio, she messaged me and she's like, oh my God, I think you can help me. Like, and literally she's in Australia. I woke up in the morning to get her message. She says it on a video testimonial. And and I said, oh, that's really amazing. And I said, let's get on the phone. Gave her a breakfast session. We were on there for 2 hours. Then a couple of hours, she was a client. So it works. People are watching you. And so when you're going out and you're doing this, in order for it to work, you want to be positioning yourself. Fake or false face. Imposter syndrome, feeling like a fraud, not walking your talk, even when nobody's watching you. So even when nobody's watching you. And if I am not walking my talk, I'm calling myself out. I'm letting you know, hey, you know, this is what it is and this is why it is. And it's not an excuse. It's giving yourself grace. Excuse me. But at the same time, even when nobody's watching you, living intentionally, setting intentions, or whatever it is that you're doing, that you're sharing, look, this is where I came through my spiritual awakening. Here's how I can support you. But when you're not doing it yourself, you don't believe it, and you do feel like a fake, and you do feel like a fraud, and you do feel like an imposter. And there's many of us as light workers feel like that. And I always say, you know what? It's because you are being fake and you are being a fraud and you are being an imposter. Can't have imposter syndrome if you're walking your talk. It's impossible. Doesn't make sense. Imposter syndrome is like that, or I've got a fear because of whatever it is. You're not used to doing what it is. But once you start to walk your talk, even if it's for a week, you're good. You no longer have imposter syndrome. You no longer feel like a fraud. I don't feel like a fraud. I've just let you know, hey, you know, this, excuse me, this was set to do it in September, and the 3rd week in September. And here's what went on for me. I could have recorded it many times, but I got into the back end of my business, focused on the other challenge, and here I am. I'm about to relocate today, and I realized that the sound is different, the background is different, that all the things are different. But I wanted to come on anyway, and I sound like a croquet because we had wine last night, and I blame my nephew. All right, So hence my brain is now conditioned to, there you go. And I didn't even read that. My brain is now conditioned to tell myself, I can't help it. I'm raw and real. And I'm not telling you to go out there pretending and to be somebody you're not. People don't need that. They really don't. Like this all glossy. I was saying on one of my, I might have said it on the Vision Board Challenge, how one of my friends is like, she saw, like I've been tagging everyone in my posts of late because I've come back on my lives. And she was like, oh, well, you know, I like this picture. She sent me on Telegram. She said, I like this picture. And we need to get your branding. We need to get your photos in there. We need to, and I said, dude, that's not my brand. Like, that's not, it's raw and real for me. Like, if people like it or they don't, yeah, but we can. And I said, your brand, because she's self-employed as well. And I said, you work with corporate. I don't. I work with individuals. And so I'm not saying don't be professional. One of the reasons, the main reason why I do my videos live here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success by Iona, is so I don't have to edit. I am a recovered perfectionist, as you can see. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. Don't want to be perfect. It doesn't make sense. And if you feel like you need, maybe that's what took the imposter syndrome away by the need to think that I have to be perfect, because nobody's asking you to be perfect. Nobody's asking me to be perfect. And my students always say to me, you know, you're raw and you're real and you're authentic, and I'm in integrity. And so I'm just saying. So I said, another student, I'm going to be me, said to me, yes, she said, I'm going to be me. And I was like, who the heck have you been? And who do you think you need to be? She literally announced that. I'm like, I don't understand. I'm just going to be me now. This is like trying to, you know, go out there and implement this stuff when I was doing the Spiritual Business Woman Network. And I'm like, I don't understand that. Like, I'm just going to be me now. That is a statement that says, I wasn't being me before. I'm just going to be me now. And one of my mentors from years ago, maybe you may or may not have heard of her, was Kimra Luna. And she had the brand, Be True, Brand You. I think people have done something similar. She closed down the brand for all kinds of legal reasons. But be you brand, be you. Oh, what is it? Be you. Oh my gosh, whatever I said. Be you, brand you, or something. I don't know. Anyway, just be you. Being true to you. I don't know how else you would, who else you would be. A lot of the women had said in the Spiritual Business Woman Network, and the reason why I'm sharing it, because I know that many of you will have those similar trains of thoughts, and they're not helpful. And they were saying, I'm not going to, with this, our community was a space where we didn't have to compare. They didn't feel like when they came on the monthly call, and I will invite you to come on to the monthly call, the Media Kit collab calls. This training is going to support you on that. And I realized that, you know, my students and members needed this. And I had created this training before my co-authors, and I wanted to make it public and give it to you as well. And I'm like, here you go. This is something that I think you'll find useful. And they were like, this space is a safe space, and we don't feel like we have to compare. Because when you compare, again, you're going to go into that feeling like a fraud. People have said to me when I did my Dive Social Summit, and I interviewed 49 soul speakers for 49 days straight, they were like, oh, she's like an Oprah. And I'm like, not really. Oh, there's only one Oprah. I'm not, do you know what I mean? Like, why would you? And it was a compliment, don't get me wrong, but it's not, I'm just an Iona maid, you know? So what I want to talk about is this strategy, and this literally bent my head. I had so many notes on here. These two interviews, it's, I don't even know if I can click into it. It's called pre-launch strategy, and then marketing launch with Amy Porterfield. I won't click into it just in case. But I had so many notes on both of these, and I've got a learning dyslexia. So in the end, the mind map just sprawled right across. And I was like, oh, then I was going to take notes. excuse me, started taking notes. Can't read my own notes. So I want to just pull out the main points of Amy Porterfield's being interviewed by two really great guests, actually, people that she'd known in different ways. And the first interview, and I might get a little bit muddled up, but basically it's still the same lady. But anyway, so the video was on the pre-launching, and she did a $7.5 million launch. And the pre-launch was over 6 weeks. So she did a pre-launch for her book. And obviously we're talking about books in the industry and in the world of list building and people having like a team and taking 6 weeks and having 100 affiliates and having like a street launch team of 1,000 people promoting and having, she got a book advance. I'm summarizing. I believe, and if I haven't got all the figures and stuff, forgive me, watch the video. It's a really great insight into where people can scale if it's in alignment. And yeah, she got a book advance and she put like 200,000 in ads. And I don't know all the ads. I know it would have been Facebook. And she was talking about in the other marketing strategy, she gave really granular, this is what I did. I built my list and I had like 75,000 people, 55,000 that were unique, 11,000 on this, 12,000 on this, 5,000 on this. She was giving away the book. She was giving away, I think this might have been 2 separate launches, to be fair, giving away the book and giving away a course in the book, doing a webinar, a masterclass, and then she calls them assets. I think there were 2 different launches. So she hadn't done a book launch before, and she was speaking to people in the industry, seeing what would work for them, giving away VIP ticket bonuses if you buy the book in a certain window. Really, really interesting, great stuff. But for those of us starting out, it really, she teaches about launching courses or creating a course. And the other one, the interviewer was talking about like the conversions and Facebook Lives dwindling, and she doesn't really use that. And she did pop-up lives, and she gave a quiz and a checklist and an audio and all these things, and how she missed the mark on certain things. Like really, I think this is like a once a year launch. And basically she said that she tried different things. She's got a team, and her team brought ideas to her. She ran with them. Some of them landed, some of them didn't. After 14 years of being in business and all these things. And I'm like, that's amazing. What it had me realize and go to work on and have this gap in between was thinking about the product launch formula by Jeff Walker. Amazing. Again, for me, I wanted to move away from that list building. Everybody will tell you, Amy Porterfield said that one of their freebies was on list building. That's one of the main objections. Amy, I want to launch a course, but I don't have a list. That's what she says people say. And so I wanted to go to legacy building, and the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge for me isn't just about list building, like email list building, email listing building. My focus is on call list building, actually having people on a call, on a community and getting to know them and building that know, like, and trust. So this 6 week strategy was build relationship building and education. So this 7 days within, and I'll share with you where I put this and how you can watch the videos on my YouTube channel, and the reason why I create this education-based marketing. Regardless, I don't put it up and then take it down, and you'll know I'm going live next year. So, hold yourself accountable, buddy up, come and see me. Like all year round, a lot of the industry is, well, we'll do this really big launch once a year, probably in burnout, probably a lot, as she says, it's a lot of work. And she used to do that launching once a year. I think she might do it twice, I'm not sure. And then she has now a membership site as well, rather than, if something goes wrong when you've planned this launch, you're absolutely stuffed. So I realize even more so my hunger and drive to create this 1 week to create movement marketing media kit challenge and why I created it, and really leaning back into the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint even more. So I will share on my masterclass about speaking to, serving and signing up your high paying on-demand sell clients. I think that you'll really like it, and I think that it will be refreshing for you as an alternative to going out there and simply building a list. And I talk about it in my book, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a Soul Guided Influencer's Compass to leverage your life, work and lifestyle on YouTube. I think it's pretty lit. So let me know how you find it. All right. So Sasha, I talk about Sasha, I get Sasha Sabbath, and she emailed me, she DM'd me, and I actually have the DM and I didn't ever get to see the email. I don't know where it went. And I did look for it at the time, and I switched emails now anyway. Because when I did the Dive Social Summit, it was the Soul Speakers Academy, not Soul Legacy Academy. Soul Speakers Academy died a death in order for the Soul Legacy Academy to be born. Trust me. And so I talk about this and I share it in step 4, where for the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint of creating those joint vision partnerships, and on the monthly call in the Global Networking Hub for ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, and entrepreneurs doing their light work in the world with a media kit. Then on the media kit collab calls, now you see why they're named the media kit collab calls. I paid $2K to learn about joint venture partnerships in the industry, and it was about list building. And I don't know about you, but my values just not aligned, and I want to have fun in my business. I don't want a big launch. I want to have my business be running, and I'm off traveling, I'm off doing, and so I was setting that up, and I have no desire whatsoever to run a team of 50 people, 20 people. I just don't, as a business model. Yes, you can write certain things off as tax and all the things, and I just was like, an affiliates, and I do have an affiliate, and I share the 50% of the revenue from the bootcamp. That's fine. And having an assistant, but an actual full-time, Amy Portfield's got full-time, I believe. I don't know. I like completely, so don't quote me on it. I'm doing that because I'm like, don't quote me on it. But watch those interviews, they're really cool. But I didn't want to, whoever is your model and your mentor, and you eventually want to get to where they are, what they're doing, and that outcome and that lifestyle. So I talk about on the 1 week to create movement marketing, on the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board. My vision for contributing and my vision of receiving that financial freedom is not in that way. It's not in that avenue. And so Amazon ads and YouTube ads is the way for me. And so having that ads work for me rather than paying a team of managing, it's okay, well, to reach my staff, my Soul Tribe avatar, what books are they reading? Okay, what videos are they watching? What YouTube channels are they subscribed to? It's education marketing, and I love it. So rather than me burning myself out throwing that money, rather than a team, having that be my team. So that's my vision. So here's the joint, what people say, joint venture partnerships. I am sharing with you how to create a joint vision partnership, and when you're clear on your own vision of what you want your movement to be, other people can see that vision and that movement, and then want to work with you. And then, because in one of the interviews, Amy and the host was talking about people say that they're going to mail out for you. She's got really big friends in high, in the industry with large audiences. And she said, even though they're my friends, they don't always mail out, and not everybody mails out. And some people do, some people don't. And that he was saying, yeah, because it's a big ask. Because if you say yes to one friend in the industry, like when you're higher up as a guru, then you're going to kind of say yes for another friend. So a lot of people now, which was a really popular strategy, they don't necessarily want to mail out. And I'm like, okay. And I had one of my guests on the Dive Social Summit say that she went for the big gurus, and she's so disappointed because she's like, they didn't even mail out. She presumed that they would mail out. They're like, I've made your interview series because I'm the attraction rather than mailing out. And I had that experience on my summit where people just didn't know, and I just knew that they didn't know how to build their own audience. So if you want to go out and you want to be featured, and you have that taker's mindset, let me just take from your audience, and you're not willing to build your own audience up as well, it's just a wonky energy, I would say. So a guest example, now my Meister has decided that I can't click on the images for them to be bigger, so hopefully you can see that, but I'm going to read it anyway. It says, "Hi Lona," and this is not, my name is obviously Iona. It says, Marianne Lucas's PR team here. We represent Mary Ellen, the distributor of, and excited to be reaching you today. We're reaching out to you today because we love your podcast at the Sologous TV. So you can see it's copied and pasted in there. Because we feel Mary Ellen would be an amazing contributor to your speaker lineup for the podcast. So people are looking for guests, and I've shared, I'm sure, like where you can be featured and directories and all the other things. And again, if you come into the Soul Legacy, the Launch Blueprint, Author and Authority Media program, or the Mastermind, then I'll share more with you. All right, so Mary Ellen is known throughout the world as a controversial motivational speaker. She left the public eye in 1998 in fulfillment of God's directive. She emerges now as the foundress of, I can't say that, the religion, the spirituality, the School of Enlightenment. She's written this book to awaken humankind from spiritual lockdown of thousands of years, bring freedom to humanity to finally experience the secret knowledge deemed dangerous by blah, blah, blah. Based on the interest level of your audience, she can introduce them to the new age thinking. So that kind of does go with the Sologous TV, sharing your spiritual awakening story. So anyway, she goes into the topics. Mary Ellen has a large audience of her own. That's really cool. That's really good, because when you are reaching out, if you don't have a large audience, it's like, what are you going to offer? I teach to offer a commission to that host, which gives an incentive for them to share. You've got to have something. You can't just be like, oh, well, go. And again, I talk about that and share that in the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint. Okay. My team and I will make the process of booking Mary Ellen simple, easy, and speedy. Please let us know if you'd like to have her on and what topic, or perhaps another. We'll get the ball rolling and coordinate everything. Thank you so much. So in the industry, a lot of people just want you to, and so they attach the media bio. They want you to just reach out yourself. They don't necessarily want to hear from a PR team. And when I had my co-producer on with me, she said somebody from a PR team helped her do her bio and different things, and people want that, personal touch. So she's a best-selling author in spirituality, really great picks as seen on, and you can add those things in her book, and she'll introduce your audience to blah, blah, blah. So that's a way of doing a media kit. Excuse me. And that's hiring a PR team to reach out, and you can have an assistant, you can have a PR team, you can do it yourself, etc. But the thing is, it's a thing. It is a thing of going out there and getting featured. And if you don't know, you don't know. Like I said, in Fortefield, she said in her launches, she was going to feature, as well as doing ads, putting 200,000 in ads, as well as having, 100 affiliates. Oh, I don't know how many affiliates. I'm not sure, maybe not that many. And then a street launch team of 1,000 people, still doing podcasts as well, to be able to get to that scale. You've got to put skin in the game, as well as having a team of 20 people in order to get to that 7.5 mil or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know which launch it was, but one for the book launch and I don't know, the goal was like to sell 10,000 copies of the book. I don't know if she hit her goal, but basically, when you think that people are doing the things, they're not doing the same things that you are doing, they're going harder. They're going harder. Do you do interviews? So this came into my inbox, it was a while ago now. Trauma to triumph, we love that, right? How to turn breakdown into breakthrough, self-love. And I didn't end up featuring, I think I reached out to her, can't remember, but anyway, I didn't end up featuring. The times were not aligning. Oh, it's either this lady or another lady. No, I think it was another lady actually. And she said, "Hi, Iona," and I love how she reached out. She said, "I'm fascinated by your work, which aligns with my passion for internal work and growth. What you present resonates with me in regards to people, of helping people improve their life. I found you through a lot of research. So when you're researching guests and you've got a show, etc., this is the host, rather than going out and saying, you know, I would like to feature as a guest. This is like gathering speakers, all right? So I teach both. I'd love to feature as a speaker for the virtual series that I have coming up in March 2021. No, it wasn't this lady, it was another one. And I think you'd be amazing fit for your audience. The series is called Trauma Strategy, she gives a title. I'm going to interview 21 experts, including yourself. I love that, including yourself, in the field of personal development and transformation. The purpose of this series is to bring awareness of self-development and personal transformation to find happiness. And so when you're hosting your own series, you've got to be clear. And I'm not that good. I like when I reach out, like my emails are long. And so I was like, shorten them. But you're clear, you've got this idea, you want to know how many. I've featured a lot, so people, I'd say it's not that clear. I've had a lot of I've done like about 130 interviews, hosted them, so I must be doing something right. So yeah, when you're creating a series, how many people, when it is, what the topics are, what they would bring to the table, being very clear on that is helpful. So creating a movement and inviting people in as part of the movement, you featuring and hosting in Portfield has a whole podcast. This series, the series will have over 100,000 people invited to hear your interview. So that's like, 100,000. Because what I'm assuming that, and what I did for my summit, is you asked people what the size of their audience was or is. And when I featured in the Start Selling Summit, I had a series of questions. What's my bio? What's the size of my audience? Where my social media handles? And I shared about Lisa Nichols being featured, or asking about other people's audiences. You've got to give information. Not if I was to say yes to this, it's like, okay, well, what's the size of your audience? All interviews will be pre-recorded through Zoom to make it easy. Notice how people say make it easy, because people are like, it's so much hassle to get featured because they're busy. But if you build your spiritual business in the way that I'm sharing, with freedom in mind, then the intention is to add interviews, because you're not doing big launches all year round. It's just flowing. And I do my masterclass on the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. I'm going to be putting YouTube ads to it, so I show up, my slides are already done. I literally just show up, the slides are already done, my bonuses are already there. And it's like, you can't really do the same thing. One of the things that Amy Porterfield was talking about with her, the guy that was interviewing her, it's like they just tweaked the messaging and did it again. She did a masterclass like 5 times throughout that launch strategy, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to do mine once a month. And the audience changes. You put it out to the more joint venture or joint vision partnerships. Your funnel is the same. I call it a high-paying soul client funnel formula. When somebody sees when somebody sees my masterclass, in fact, first of all, students come on there so many times. Students that people that were not students, and then when they are students, they still come on and love it. And I'm like, should I like shorten this? It's like, no, keep it as it is. So once a month, my slides are there, my bonuses are there. So as I grow a new audience, that process is the same. I don't have to then do a launch and then switch this up and switch that up. For me, there's enough there. And let me know if you love it or if you've been on it. Excuse me. Let's create more wins. All right. Talk soon. And then setting up the online calendar. And I teach you guys to create a calendar. And I did mine through my summit through Acuity. Online calendar, and I've got every course. I've got my business scheduled out for 7 years, literally, and it's recent for me to do. Excuse me. It's recent for me to do have a visibility calendar as part of this portfolio. I'm excited for that. Let's see what else in here. Hang on, I think I've got another one. Here, my name is Trinity, and I'm reaching out on behalf of Lily Allen, an international yoga and meditation teacher. We recently discovered you and your podcast. I'm not going out, so I'm teaching you, okay, do your YouTube channel, strip it out, and as a podcast, like, I don't know, I'm coming up. This is a while ago as well. And I really, when you create your movement, people will come to you. It's not always you going out there, but they want to feature to get in front of your audience and share you with their audience and position themselves is the purpose. So, and we love what you're doing. We notice that your mission aligns closely with Lily Allen's work. So when you've got a vision and somebody else has got a vision, you've got now a joint vision, and it seems like you two would definitely vibe together. Love this. With your podcast, Steadfast Focus on Wellness, it's not wellness. We're wondering if you'd be open to Lily featuring as a guest on your show. Of course, she would be happy to promote your podcast and share the episode on social media channels with the World Yoga Tribe community. So when you are doing your movement and you are reaching out, it's like, I'm building an audience. They're letting me know. I'd be happy to share on my social media, and I'd be happy to share in my community. And that's how it works. It's not just going out there and getting featured. It's like, okay, well, as a host, if somebody's coming to me, then I want to know that my show is going to be shared. And that's what they're saying. One, it aligns. And two, we've got an audience where we'll share and we'll mutually share. So I've got to be sharing it, and that person's got to be sharing it as well. Who is Lily? Because obviously I didn't know her. Lily is an international, yoga teacher, and I might actually reach out to Lily. I think I've said this before. Meditation guide, holistic health and wellness coach, because obviously it's like focusing on wellness. She's a wellness coach, right? So when you're going out and you're getting featured, it's got to be in alignment with your own movement and your own messaging and what you can offer, and your tribe as well. So you can actually build and actually serve them. Excuse me. All right. So she helps overwhelmed individuals reduce their emotional overload, find balance, breath, and space for self-care. Lily is the founder of the World Yoga Tribe. I love that. And is the host of the World Yoga Tribe podcast. Absolutely, we've got to collaborate. Excuse me, I'd love to have her on the collab calls, right? She's taught yoga classes and wellness workshops all over the world. Whoa. Her journey has led to, and when you think, oh, I'm just starting out, nobody would want to, I'm telling you. Her journey has led her to a life of flexibility, fluidity, and fostered a vast reservoir of compassion, curiosity, and creativity. I teach that to have those words that are in rhythm. So I say with ease, grace, and flow, aligning movement, your message, and your money, showing up, speaking out, and serving indeed. So I love that. She endeavors to guide others on their path to living a centered life on wholehearted well-being. And so for me, it's living an intentional life. So the lifestyle. So yes, I can support you, but what will my people get out of it? So when I'm introducing you, or do you know what I mean? Does this make sense? In step 4 of the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, I've got 6 steps, and I share them on the masterclass, what they are. I give you a cheat sheet of my 6 steps so you can see what the steps are that you need to actually get to the point where you're confident in this. Excuse me. Excuse me. So what's next? And I love how they've broken this down. To get to know Lily better, please check out the attached media kit. Hello. If you're interested in chatting with Lily further about the opportunity, feel free to set up a 15-minute meeting. Please book via Calendarly. So, it's just amazing. And so thanks for reaching out. Hang on. So in the email, they had emails, like the agency had done like a blast email. They'd attached lots of people's emails and sent it out. And then one of the people reached back and said, thank you, but I've not recorded a podcast for 3.5 years. So you've got to watch who you're sending it to and make sure that it's actually relevant and it doesn't look like you've sent this to everyone. So this is a media kit, a certifications, a contact, who she is, what the Wild Yoga Tribe is. I love that name. Potential interview topics, fast facts, let's get social. And I share. So again, the Facebook, the podcast, the LinkedIn. She hasn't got YouTube. I don't know if she's got YouTube or not. But fun facts and potential interview topics. So that's, for me, is sharing with you an example where it just is beautiful, just really. And in order for you to go to an agency, for them to even take you on, they're going to tell you what you need and help you with it. But you can do this anyway and reach out and actually not make the mistakes, because they're not perfect. This isn't a message, a DM for a guest invite. Hi, Iona, Happy New Year. Hope you're doing great. I ran across your profile and I wanted to reach out to you to see if you would be interested in being interviewed. My friend is looking for, and I thought that was weird, but anyway, excuse me. My friend is looking for guests for their show. And after checking out your profile, Facebook, I wanted to reach out and see if you would be, see if you think being on the show would be a good fit for you. Would you like me to share more details? So it could be as simple as a DM, it could be an email, right? So hopefully you're grasping that actually this media kit, creating a media kit and excuse me, setting the intention to go out and get featured, just be everywhere, is going to bring you those opportunities and actually position yourself, and people are then endorsing you and you're endorsing them. And so this was, are you still looking to outreach? So this was me. I don't know if I reached out or they've reached out and said about, oh no, that was it. It was the feed spot where I asked about getting a list of spiritual entrepreneur podcasts. Excuse me. And then they said that they'd like to give you an exclusive deal of 300 spiritual entrepreneur podcasts for $150. So what I ended up doing, and I think I shared this, I ended up going to Fiverr and getting it. So the best 15 of the best podcasts for spiritual entrepreneurs, that's where I would want, you'd have your own. So when people say that they do their research, either you pay for somebody else to do it or you Google it, what have you, but you do it where you're getting in front of, oops, oh gosh, and I can't actually put that back. I don't know where the back button is for this. My mouse remote. Excuse me. And so, so what I've done on my Trello board, let me just share this with you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. For my students, so Dana was part of another program. I did her a session. She enrolled in my boot camp, and I helped her be featured on my summit. And so that was my passion, how it really got birthed from doing my Dive Social Summit, because not everybody was ready. And so I got some, and I don't know where they are now. So as I get like contact details and stuff, I will share them, and groups and different things, potential get. So the best spiritual 90 spiritual YouTube channels, best spiritual entrepreneurs. And I actually got a Fiverr person to, and the groups that I share, I actually got a Fiverr guy to get 50 for me. Excuse me. So I will share them with my students in the Soul Legacy Academy. So if you are in there, then you may have seen this and it will be updated. Excuse me. All right. This is where I was sharing with Laurie Lee, getting featured for her show, and I talked about featuring my spiritual awakening story, and again, it was the first joint vision partnership from doing the movement marketing media kit, So the 11th month, the 11th day on the 11th hour, that's what it ended up doing for me. So it was November. And I did that, and I'll share with you the interview. And when I did the shared my bio, how somebody said, oh, it's just amazing. So this has just clicked into here. What I would say, I would love you to join me for the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge for the next one. So I will stream it out on my YouTube channel. I'll share you where. And then we do have Q&A at 9:30 p.m. UK time. So I stream out at 7:30 the third week in September, annually, Monday to Sunday. And then I will do a Q&A. If you have Q&A, people don't always have Q&A because they're like, yeah, you covered it. I do have my YouTube challenge. I've just re-recorded the welcome video for this, and the 5-day fast track movement marketing model, and I will share that with you. When you leave a review for that 5-day challenge, which goes inside of my book, so if you purchase a copy of my book, and Amy Portfield was talking about her book, and she had, if people bought it on pre-order, they would get this course, and this course that she created, a 5-module course, and the course was valued at like $300 or something, or close to, and her book was like 27, and it wasn't by the Kindle, it was by the paperback, by the hard copy. And I think she started her, I think she'd done like a 6-month, no, was it 6-month window? No, 3 months, October to February, however many months that is, of the window of this pre-order. And I had my book on pre-order for an entire year. I'd created this course prior to that. Excuse me. So as I was creating like the process of what it is that I wanted to do, I hadn't seen it done in the industry. It's what I wanted to do. So spiritual YouTubers from scratch, a soul guided influencers, compass, celebrity, Lightwork and lifestyle on YouTube. If you purchase the book, when you purchase the book, either the Kindle, which is $5.55, or the paperback, which is $15.55, you will get this course, the 5-day fast track movement marketing model. So we've got this 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge. Grab the book. You've got a $55 course to support you in getting clarity on your movement on YouTube and on Amazon. Excuse me. And if you leave a review, you get to the actual end of this challenge, then I will gift that live Q&A for you. Okay. All of what I'm sharing with you is in my 1-page plan that I can't make bigger. Going out there and getting featured is stage 2 of these 4 steps on this 1-page plan to align your movement, your message, and your money. The first step is the social media, the friends of friends. It's free. And then, as you saw that, you know, the lady said, oh, I've got this community, I will share it with my audience. If you jump straight to either doing YouTube videos and you don't have the back end of your business, or don't know where you're taking that audience, it doesn't make sense. If you were doing ads and you don't know where you're taking people, and you haven't got a pay button or an enrollment spot, it doesn't make sense. If you go out there and you get featured, and you haven't written your book, or you haven't got your book on pre-order, or you haven't got like a masterclass, or you haven't got a presence online, and you haven't got like a passive income stream, or you don't have a passive income stream to do a 50% commission or whatever, it just doesn't make sense. So sometimes we start further down the road focusing on things that we don't need to be focusing on right there and then. So you want to do the things that, knowing your audience, knowing what your movement is, having that clarity around it, setting up your session, setting up all of your branding, all those different things, and you start that, and you don't do it in your head, you do it in beta or a pilot program, get it handled, then go out there and get featured and actually make money before you've actually got features. So you're not asking someone to endorse you with something that you haven't done yourself. So again, stage 2 is being featured, right? So I prepare you in the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, excuse me, to get featured. All right. So that's my summit, how me taking my book on a media tour. And these are not wanting to load, but what I will do is I'll share this share the actual web pages. But the funnel, when I take my book out on a book tour, now I've got it in my hand. But I could have done that when the idea was for me to do it on pre-order, and I didn't. So the MMMK challenge on the book tour. So when people look, and I actually have, like Sasha had all of the features, this was my version of it. So the 12-month video visibility plan, I'll share with you on my page on my book tour where that is. Sasha, I don't think Sasha had a book on hers. So I'm on Amazon. I've got my the episode on the Solidity TV. I've got book launch videos. I'm on Amazon as well, because people look you up. Excuse me. Underneath there, I've got the vision board challenge and the daily intentional living. So I've got a book, and I've got book launch videos, weekly videos that come out. And on Amazon, I've been a co-author, so I'm a #1 best-selling author. So I've positioned myself. And then I've got my branding, and then I do an annual. So when I go out and get featured, I say I've got an annual vision board challenge, 1 week created by our spiritual business vision board, and that's scheduled out. Like the replays are there, and then the next year is there. Then the daily lives, which is a podcast. So I'm walking my talk. I don't feel like a fraud. I don't feel like an imposter going out there and being visible. And I share with you how to do that so that you're not launching a big launch and list building, you're legacy building. You're building your business around your book, and you're learning how to start, grow, and build a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book launch, because you are walking your talk and you're building that audience. So every time your tribe, every time I go in front of anyone and I'm reaching out and I say, and I said to Laurie Lee, and Laurie Lee was actually interviewing someone else, and I saw her live, and I shared it on my Facebook profile actually the other day, a month after me being featured, and I had commented, and she's like, "Oh, Iona, she's out in the UK, she's still shouting about me." She's like, "Oh, she's got a vision board challenge," and her guest said, "Oh, it's a really great time to do a vision board challenge," and she's like, "Yeah, she does it annually," and it's just so nice. Yeah, you can watch the replays. So that guest, when you're showing up in that way, and they know that you're consistent, they can always talk about you. It's not just that one-time thing. And then because I've got that challenge, that annual challenge, and that movement, every day I'm showing up for my own daily movements. So no matter where I am, when I've got YouTube ads, when I've got Amazon ads, when people are watching me and looking at my profile and my socials, I'm active and I'm live, and I'm saying, hey in the cards, hey in the show notes, hey in the description. I'm always there, and it feels like I'm always on. But like a podcast can be 20 minutes, it can be an hour episode. People are doing podcasts anyway. I share my book every single day. I share my my journal every single day. Me doing I'll share that with you in a second. I'm sharing the companion journal that goes with my book. So every single day I'm marketing. It's a movement marketing, okay? And this challenge is annual. So I've got 2 annual challenges, 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board. And that happens the second week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time. It's about 90 minutes. Everybody, they love it. And again, I say, watch the replays, come back with me next year, click on, and I've got the homework as a passive income stream. It's $7.77. And when the people come to my masterclass, I say, I will gift you a $77 per month to our monthly coaching call that follows on from this process of intentional living, the 7 Freedoms Frequency call engine. It's the 7 Freedoms Frequency podcast. And so I give my students who come on the live that to an entire year for those who come to the boot camp, enroll in the boot camp or the mastermind. I will show up there anyway. It's just amazing. I love it. That's a movement. I've got hours where I will go on and I will be there consistently, not pop up, pop down with a launch and this and burning myself out. I don't need that team in that way, because I am that team. I am, rather than imagine spending an hour a day or half an hour a day on a podcast, 20 minutes, whatever it is that you decide, every single day, rather than talking to a team for days and weeks and managing and micromanaging. I didn't want to have that. I couldn't see that in this is on my vision board, basically. and supporting me and dropping off and being consistent and being authentic and actually saying I walk my talk and actually come on this journey with me. Right, I love it. The Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint is launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. Again, the third week in September, there's the playlist for this, and then this leads into sharing your spiritual awakening story. And if you come to the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint or the Mastermind, I gift so much co-authors in the bootcamp one page to feature in the Soul Legacy Journal, Spiritual Awakening Stories of 365 companion journal, and for the Masterminders up to 5 pages. So we launch it and I dedicate my work to my son on his birthday. That's me leaving the Soul Legacy movement, right? And so, oh my gosh, did you see that? Hang on. I'm trying to click over, sorry. Oh dear, come on, Mind Master. We're in. I'm going to show you this anyway, so if it doesn't work, oh, apologies. Hold on. I don't know how to do it other than. Hang on. Oh my goodness. That's just weird. So that's my bio basically there. And then the hub, my media kit. All right, book buyers, again, $55 coupon code. Oh my goodness, apologies. I'll show you inside here anyway. And my book, free chapter of my book, How to Start, Build and Grow a Successful Online Spiritual Business on YouTube with a #1 best-selling book launch. So I walk my talk and I love it. And the first chapter, you've got 3 free chapters. The second chapter is about consistently going public, showing up, speaking out, and serving deep, right? And yeah, just I absolutely love it. And so for the fast track movement marketing model, if you do the 5-day challenge that goes inside the book, then and you purchase the bootcamp, and you come to the masterclass, I will gift a Q&A, $111 to get Q&A, because one's self-study and one's self-paced, right? And I have the orientation day. So I talk about YouTube challenges versus Facebook challenges. If you've got like Q&A and you want to know, okay, well, you showed me 3 YouTube challenges that you're doing, one that goes inside your book. That's a movement for your readership, my readership community. I've got an annual challenge where I journal, that leads to journaling every day. And then I've got a challenge that leads into my soul signature system. If you've got questions about it, I do a Q&A on the first Monday of the month at 6 p.m. UK time. All right. And you can pick my brains about the YouTube challenges. The masterclass bonus is the $111 for the Q&A if you are enrolled, doesn't want to do it, into the 5-day or the boot camp. So again, I know where I've scheduled my business out for 7 years. So no matter when you come, then the first Monday to Friday of the month at 7:30 p.m. UK time, if you have questions, which you probably will, these are calls to conversation. Come and get your questions answered. I absolutely love it. So for me, my calendar, for my contribution, my vision looks, I love it. I'm excited. I'm not burnt out. The first Monday of the month is where I do a lot of my calls. My mastermind is the 2 middle Tuesdays and Thursdays of the month at 5 a.m. to 10 a.m., 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. I will eventually have team in there and breakout rooms. I have spots for 18 masterminders per month to come in, and then I will do team. I'm offering a one-on-one breakthrough session, a spiritual business success breakthrough session. There's testimonials on my YouTube channel. If you want to come into the mastermind, there's a free chapter group coaching VIP day on how to start, build and grow a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with the #1 best-selling book launch. That happens on the last Thursday of the month. So let me back up a bit. This is the schedule of my launching, leading and leaving my soul legacy. So the first Monday of the month, every day I've got podcasts. And weekly videos, 3 weekly videos is where I'm going for my book launch. It's already done. They're already scheduled out. I just have to show up, do the 7 tips. And so then, and I've used ChatGTP to help me do that. So I've got an orientation into my bootcamp and mastermind on the first Monday of the month at 1 p.m. So my self-study, self-paced, you can get an orientation into that on the first Monday of the month, or a kickstart, or if you feel like you've dropped off. Masterminders and bootcampers, I would give masterminders that time anyway. So I'm like, well, I might as well give it to bootcampers. So that's having masterminders and bootcampers, or bootcampers see, oh, okay, there's another level. I love it. There's a replay in there, so people don't have to come. They can get an orientation in there anyway. The 7 Freedoms Frequency Calling Gym that I'm gifting 2 hours of coaching, again, is on the first Monday of the month. My tribe love this. They were like, I said, don't do anything on the first Monday of the month. It's an Iona made group coaching VIP day. It's beautiful. Rather than batching my time throughout the month, that's 12 times in the year. Imagine like having to do a team and having to do, and when I have affiliates or people and ads, this is consistent. So I don't have to replan this. This is actually scheduled out, like it's done for 7 years, right? And beyond. And so the 12-monthly coaching call, it's scheduled out. You fill out an intake form and I just show up, right? Or have team do it. And then this Q&A is, again, the first Monday to Friday of the month. And so it's the first Monday to Friday of the month for an hour. Again, my students go through the teachings, and then it's just, I don't know, I've got questions, right? Not I'm doing this big launch and I'm doing this, I'm legacy building and I'm having ease, grace and flow. So wherever I am in the world for 5 hours, October through to April. So October, November, December, January, February, March and April, 5 hours a month, the first week of that month at 7:30 p.m. UK time, I'm going live and asking you questions, answering questions to my self-study for the bootcamp, the book, what have you. Because my services are based around my book. So it's book readers and students. Excuse me. And I will gift you, if you show up to my masterclass live, so an ethical bribe, an incentive, I will gift you one Q&A. And so May, June, July, August, September, I'm not on that. So I've actually put the business, so it's not, I'm always full on, and it's only an hour. And then I've got the mastermind office hours, again, the 4 days in a month, right? And it's group. And so this is implementation office hours, again, going through screen sharing as you go through your lunch, as you build your movement marketing media kit challenge. I love it. And again, I can have team and breakout rooms in there. And then the last Monday of the month is my masterclass. It's a 4-hour masterclass. I have Q&A. I hold your attention for the whole entire, sometimes it's like 5.5 hours. People are taking notes. It's absolutely epic. But again, I have a replay. So, I'm doing it live. You'll know whether you can make it or not. And so what else do we have? We have the free chapter group coaching VIP day if you want to come into the mastermind, right? On the last Thursday of the month at 12 p.m. And we have the co-author collab chat. If you want to share your spiritual awakening story with me on Fridays at 3 p.m. It's set for the last Friday of the month because I have soul guided instructors calls, excuse me, and co-writing days, author co-writing days on the last Friday of the month. And we also have co-author enrollments on the last Friday of the month as well. So that's my contribution and my annual challenges, right? So I think I've just probably said the same thing there, right? It's absolutely epic. So when I was watching Amy and listening to Amy's Porterfield's interviews, I was like, oh my God, like it really had me go back. It really had me go back to the Soul Legacy Launch blueprint and remember why I created it in the first place. Sorry for all the clicking. But what your homework is for today is to post your homework in, oh my gosh, memories. Look at that. Do you see that? For my book. Yeah, go back. That was just weird. In this group. and I'd kicked everybody out, and we're back again. So the Iona's Media Kit for ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, and entrepreneurs. Come and ask to join that. The URL, excuse me, I'm not sure why it's not got me. It's Spiritual Entrepreneurs Media Kit, all right? So what I have done is I have, again, calls to conversation, and I'm almost done. Calls to conversation, we've got group rules: connect, co-create, cross-promote, and collaborate with integrity. Do your Media Kit challenge, right? And so you can schedule for the Media Kit collab calls, right? So what I had done is done all of the dates, every single date. So the rules are: be uniquely you, unapologetically ambitious, there's no competition or comparison. Create a Media Kit and post it in the group or the hub, and or show up, speak out, and serve deep. Please register and add at least one call and add your energy to this high vibe conversation. The Media Kit collab calls are on the first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time. And so that is the actual schedule for the Media Kit collab calls. And again, 16 weeks, 50 weeks. The calendar, my calendar only allows you to see a year. I think I've set it for a year in advance. So it's scheduled out for 7. Well, it's scheduled out, a QT let you do 52 time slots. So there's 12 obviously in the year, so it's 52 time slots, and then my assistant will then just keep scheduling out the rest of them. So if you want to be featured as a soul-guided influencer in joint vision partnerships, I'm going to encourage all the members. It's not a requirement to do their actual their vision board, right? And so there's instructions there coming to the hub. In hub 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit. In hub 2, 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board and bank 50K in 50 days. In hub 3, the co-author collab. In hub 4, meet me. In hub 5, my social media coming in. So read that, and then once you've read it, just scroll down and then let me know how you heard about the call. If you're ready to show up, speak out, and serve deep. Do you have a media kit? Are you following my Amazon page? Do you want to come to the co-author collab call? Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel? Followed my Amazon page? What else? Vision board, joining the Telegram group, got the template, join me on LinkedIn and join me in the group as well. Do you want to be a guest or find a guest or both? Right? So that right there, that one link helps me with, and people say to me, Iona, can't you just send me the Zoom link? No, I can't just send you the Zoom link, like literally a naked Zoom link. I've got no. And Iona, do you have to have that many questions on that? I can't have, it's a filter. I can't just have anyone on the call. I'm holding space. So I've just been doing this group again. And so World Time Buddy, convert your time zone, and there are all the times right throughout 2025. All right. I love it. And so I can't find the links, they're there. Right, share it, invite other people in, etc. So I've done all the dates. You save all of the dates. This is how organized I am. There's a lot of people who are not organized, and it's like, okay, have a call to conversation. This is relationship building for me, it's relationship building for you. Like, rather than just sending those emails out or just sending those DMs out, it's like, okay, this is a space to collaborate. Right? Can you see the power of it now? Because people don't always get it. And so then the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge is in here as well. All right. So the next year's is scheduled out in here. Excuse me. All right. So literally the way that I teach you to do the Soul Legacy launch blueprint is launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy and doing it with ease, grace, and flow. And so I went back to the drawing board, and that's why I had this space in between me doing this day 7, because I'm like, okay, let me really showcase what the Soul Legacy launch blueprint is, building your author and your authority platform. So this challenge is literally scheduled out, the title, all of the links, all of the all of the template, all of the upgraded calls for the Q&A. And again, if you purchase my book on Amazon and you get the 5-day challenge within here, that goes $55. So you can start to build your author and authority platform. If you leave a review, then I will gift you this Q&A. So this is a 5-day fast track movement marketing model inside there. And then I will gift you this Q&A, and you can book those spots. All right. You can get Q&A. You can ask Q&A about all of this week. You can do it by yourself, or you can get the Q&A. I love it. So that is there. So it's $22.22. You register for the masterclass from there. So all of the lives, and this is me now live on my YouTube channel right here. So when you schedule out and I go live the next time, and my audience is being built on YouTube, so spiritual YouTubers from scratch, SL Guided Influencers Compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. I'm doing it live, and I do it live because I don't need to edit. Like, why do I need to edit? So when you grow your tribe, you do it live, and then you will show up. Okay. I absolutely love this model. I just love it. So hang on, going back to so all of that is in there. All of that, all of the 7 days are in there. All right. Do you love it? I teach you to launch, lead, and leave your soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow, a year at a time, if you choose to, or whatever it is for you. Okay. So come into the group. There's the description. Everything's in the description. The past replays and the playlist. The media kit, the template is in there. The free chapter, group coaching VIP, the co-author call, and the masterclass. An invite to feature as a co-author on the Fridays, and the Soul Guided Influencers collab. So that's the chats. All right. Do you love it? So that's what I was doing. That's what I was getting up to. And again, in here, if I refresh this playlist, this is education marketing. Remember, like in Porterfield was saying, she had like a cheat sheet and a checklist and a bit, an audio and a blah blah blah, and a podcast and a what have you. This is me. I did my this media kit. Now I'm live within that playlist. Right, there's me with my book unboxing and me launching it to #1, and then the next year is underneath in the same playlist going live. So I've only got like maybe five minutes. I'm just going to go through these next few windows. So just really bear with me as I showcase what it is. And I'm really happy that I had this space in between. So if you want the template, here it is. It's a Canva template for my media kit by Iona. I've shown you where to grab that. All right, in the midst of me doing my vision board challenge, I don't know what it was. I think it was on Spiritual Freedom Saturday. It was probably the Relationship Freedom Friday, spilling over into the Spiritual Freedom Saturday. I joined a group. That's what it was. I joined a group, and it was women over 50 in business. And and this lady she posted that she was 86 or 81, I think, 81. She just was such an inspiration. She had such a beautiful energy. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I want this. Because I had the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, which grew again to 1,200 members in 12 weeks. Facebook is not the same as what it used to be. But I'm like, oh my God, I need a stat group. So Iona's Media Kit call. I'm like inviting people to the group, not as active. You know who you are. And I'm like, why? And I realized that not everybody, Robin Knott will talk and tell you. She was, I asked everybody, come and introduce yourself into the group. And she's like, she wanted to look. Anyway, she did introduce herself, and we've worked together. And, she had shown her media kit and all the rest of it. Completely new to business, did not have the business mind, but really, really talented at what she does. And so I'm like, let me go back and meet you guys where you are. So this is Women Over 40 in Spiritual Business, the Spiritual Business Network collab, and meet in person. My intention throughout 2025 is to meet people. I'd like to travel and to, meet people and connect. And so I created this group. I'm so happy. It's not the Soul Legacy Academy is not just for women. It's for soul guided influencers. So you don't have to be a woman to join the Soul Legacy Academy and jump on the monthly calls. But I also wanted to create this space. And then I had someone just request hours after I'd created it. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's yeah. So anyway, so we've got spotlights and feature as a soul guided influencer on Sundays. So this group will only be Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I don't have time to be on the socials all the time. So Fridays is a friendship circle, ask for an accountability body. Saturdays is spiritual teachers, ask to share your teachings, get in practice. I've noticed that when I did the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, people are like, I know you make this look easy, and they didn't know how to present. So presenting and sharing your teachings, getting used to doing that, and sharing it and collaborating. And then the Sundays is a spotlight. So for those of you who join the monthly call and you want to collab with me and me actually spotlight and showcase you to my audience. And so when I go out and I get featured, it will be in the Sundays spotlight. I will be spotlighting somebody else or spotlighting one of you, and coming on and doing a live and inviting you into the live and different things. So it's a place for me to share, but also for you guys to share. So all this 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge is just going to be lit. So I have done the post. It's a really long post to welcome, and I will welcome new members in every Friday. So request to join and read. And then do the movement marketing media kit. So I put that in here. So I was like, oh my God. And then coming to the hub, to the masterclass, etc. One of the things that I am gonna share and then meet in person in these chats, one of the things that I am about to do is to share with everyone about welcoming them into the group, but also to actually promote, like introduce yourself in a 5-minute video and promote your stuff, like all of your stuff, like every single thing, the merch, the webinars, the seminars, the blogs, the YouTube channel, the monthly call, like free stuff, paid stuff, anything that you're working on, ask for an accountability body, like your area of expertise, your credibility, your books, your magazines, your pages, your communities, your radio show, your challenges, launch dates, retreats, everything. So we can just get it out there and then get on with the business of actually co-creating. Right, I'm so happy with that. All right, 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board. I love this, and again, it's created for the next year, and we've had past events, and then next December. So I will invite you to next year's. I love it. Post your vision boards and sharing the spiritual awakening stories. I am seeking co-authors for the Spiritual Awakening Stories co-author book series. So it's called the Soul Legacy Journal, Spiritual Awakening Stories of 365, a co-authored soul path to spiritual alchemy by Lightworkers. And so we will be having readers in that group. I'm super excited about it. And so on my author page, I've been a co-author of 3 books. So I'm super passionate about that. And we will be sharing, so you can share on your media kit, either your own book, the co-author book. It depends when you're being featured. You can just duplicate that template and share your spiritual awakening story, get featured on podcasts, TV, radio, articles, magazines, Facebook groups, lives, even do a TED Talk, summits, magazines, summits, etc. Now, I featured in this Stop Writing, Start Selling Summit, and this was the affiliate link. So I will offer you guys an affiliate commission of 50% for the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, the bootcamp, all right, if you want it. Now, this group is how I built the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, and I paid to feature in here. I'm not currently a member of the mastermind. It's a really great group. It's not as active for me as it was, but it is a great space. But there are other great spaces, and again, I talk about this in the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, how to do this and how to feature. And so by posting in this group, I ended up building I asked if the spiritual business women, are there any spiritual business women in here? And so it grew to 1,200 members in 12 weeks. So when you're featuring, and other people are in here are saying, where's the speakers? I need guests, promote yourself in my group, all the rest of it. Are you ready? So over this last few weeks, I've been sharing my media kit in post. They're like, well, I need experts on blah, blah, blah. And people are like posting just there. Like I'm a blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, there's my whole bio. I loved it. Guests, there's groups to feature as a guest. And that's where I actually connected with Brenda in the Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs group. So I need podcast guests. See, there you go. Right on time. That's how the universe works. I need podcast coaches, course creators. We need guests to promote to our no cost. So here I would put writing my time would love to know more. All right, and so right in real time, MMMK, if it's on here, there we go, boom. Let's see. There we go. So potentially, right? So that's how it'll come out. That's how it works. There you go, media kit. Real time. All right, here's how you subscribe to the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. That's my YouTube channel. If you haven't seen, subscribe, where I was going live. So if I do this, it will say that I'm live now. Okay, that's how it works. So my testimonials, vision board challenge, movement. This is my movement. It's scheduled out as well. Love this. Manifest Properly. Mel Robbins. Awesome. The daily lives, right? They're scheduled out. Click to get notified of when I do go live. Movement marketing, etc. Amazon. Purchase the book. Kindle. See the book reviews. As a student, I have the Soul Income Game and Bank 50K in 50 days. Actually launching, leading and leaving your soul legacy with ease, grace and flow, balancing, manifesting, life work, balance, contribution freedom, health freedom, emotional freedom, environmental freedom, relationship freedom, spiritual freedom, and financial freedom. As T. Harbecker says, your income can only grow to the extent that you do. And we have a vibrational money voucher where you spend your vibrational money so you're in alignment with receiving. This is the YouTube from scratch challenge. I did this yesterday, and so I put reviews and testimonials on here. This is what goes inside the book. I've got reviews on there. Love it. So I would love your support with the 5-day challenge. It goes inside the book. It's there. It's self-study. You can purchase it. You can have the Q&A that I mentioned. The masterclass is in here. Day one clarity. There's even a free preview and share with you how to download my book. So it's all in one place. Let me see what you can see. It's all in one place. This is the Soul Legacy Academy, the hub, my the free networking hub. So this is where you get on the monthly calls, the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, my bootcamp, and the challenge that goes inside my book, the summit, and the masterclass. So you will find everything. It's there. So click the play button to watch your quick intro video on how to align your movement, your message, and your money inside the Global Networking Hub. If you're an ambitious spiritual coach, earth angel, author, and entrepreneur, you're invited to enroll in our soul-led community. So that's off the socials. This is a safe and sacred space where our soul-guided influencers family come together to connect, co-create, and cross-promote and collaborate on the first Monday of the month at 9 p.m. UK time off social media. With me, Iona Mead at Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona YouTube channel and founder here at www.soullegacyacademy.com. Your host will be holding space for you on these calls. Watch this video for instructions on how to join Iona's 90-minute Monthly Media Kit collab calls. You'll learn how to show up, speak out, and serve deep in the world. She'll show you how to get ready to start forming joint vision partnerships with fellow lightworkers. Who also have a big vision and soul mission on these calls, on these once per month Zoom calls. So that is me saying this is a collaboration. This is a space, enroll for free, right? Media Kit co-authors will be in here. This is a result of me building the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, and I wasn't ready. Everybody was loving it. They loved the monthly calls. Social media got wonky. I was teaching the Vision Board Challenge. I was teaching this Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. I was helping my co-producer actually launch and transition into online. I was teaching it was a lot. And it's like, where's the links, Iona? And now I'm ready to actually go out and get featured in stage 2 of the plan and run ads and do my weekly videos. Do you know what I mean? So Media Kit collab call is in here. Instructions to be visible. Hub one a week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge. It's all in there. So is the masterclass. The 1 week to create a spiritual business vision board. All in there. So is the masterclass. Hub 3, a co-author collab chat. Hub 4, meeting me, and all of my lives, all of my YouTube videos are in there. And then meeting me on Telegram and the other social media. So this is inside the hub. There's the link, the reusable link. I'm going to jump off here. There's the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. So it's there. The 5-day is there. The bootcamp is there. The upgraders is there. The VIP is there. And then the next year challenge is there as well. Yay! This is what I was doing my media kit. So this is what I was doing when, but in this time, I was like, I really want to make this very clear. There's the masterclass. Watch the replay. Come on the live. Click to notify you to go on to the next live. It's scheduled out. See this. I don't need 282 days, right? I can schedule out up until a year. I didn't want to have that launch where it's once a year and it's this many teams and it's this. Oh no, absolutely not. No. And there's the Vision Board Challenge that I actually did December. And each day what's in there, and there's a passive income stream. And guess what? The next year is there as well. I absolutely love it. So the hub is there. There's the 90-minute calls again. Inside the hub, this is the co-author chat. I would love you to feature if you've got a spiritual awakening story. I posted in the Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs group a few years ago, who's got a spiritual awakening story, and share with the world. Hundreds of people in the end were on that. There's about 170 at first, and then my co-authors as well wanted to share that. Now we've got a media kit, right? You've got a media kit and sharing your spiritual awakening, co-authors, book readers, and for the summit as well, and a page. And that's my vision to support you. This is my portfolio, my visibility calendar. I'm so excited about that. On Fridays, if somebody wants to feature me, then I will give them that link. And so there's my information. So this is me giving you that gift, and thanks, Sasha. My bio, all the things. So I've put that in there for you to model. And when I'm giving my free gifts, as Sasha gave her free gifts, it's the masterclass. It's the VIP day. It's the free chapter. It's the 5-day that goes with inside my book, right? It's those things. What else have I got? And the Q&A for the YouTube challenges versus Facebook challenges. Do you love it? There's me featuring with Laura Lee. Thank you, Laura Lee. And Laura Lee has got a network. It's hundreds. I think it was 800, over 800,000 people listening onto that radio network. And she actually streams it out onto her socials, but she's part of a network and she's got collaborations. And I said, I'd love to send people to you. And she said, absolutely. And you can watch that interview there. All right, register for the masterclass. Again, enroll for free. I've got bonuses in there. Gina and Kate share their testimonial about the masterclass. I love it. Watch the replay. I don't have to be here. All the bonuses, the cheat sheet, the video guide, it's the how to visualize what you want and how to get it. First ever webinar, first ever session, all the things. I love it. this is the training on what to put on your bio for step 1. So this is how you get I feel blessed to teach, whatever it is, on your bio. All right, so that's a masterclass bonus as well. This was birthed, this idea and seeds, in 2015 and 2016. The joint vision partners in my Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, I will share the DM that Sasha had sent me and share with you how to actually reach out and attract your soul tribe attraction partners. But I did this in beta. I will share with you how to create your own beta course and then do live Q&A and then make it a self-study. All right, I absolutely love. So this is the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint. Learn to become a #1 bestselling author on Amazon. Get your spiritual awakening story featured in our annual co-author book series if you're a soul match. And again, a welcome to the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, Soul Guided Influencers 6-step bootcamp to align and automate your soul signature system, your online teaching platform to attract high-paying one-to-many style clients on media every single day. It's time to align your movement, your message, and your money so that you can launch, lead, and leave your soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow by finally figuring out how to fearlessly build your giant vision, fearlessly build your author and authority media platform with published, and learn how to do it on video, learn how to form joint vision partnerships, to be public and published in articles, magazines, interviews, podcasts, radio, summits, live streams, TV, online collabs with integrity. And we do have the 5-day fast track movement marketing model community that's private on there. So you can go through the testimonials, go through the page, watch the testimonials. That's Michelle's testimonial where I was a suggested friend on Facebook and then she became a client. She actually says all of that. So what I talked to you about, cleaning up your socials, right? Cleaning up your social media, definitely. So that's the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint. You can go through that at any point. This is the monthly call, the orientation. So when you come in, this is what you will see. And you will click on the orientation on the first Monday of the month and schedule in. Again, it's scheduled out for 7 years. Like, I don't need to be there faffing about, and all the links that you need, 5-day bootcamp, mastermind office hours, Trello boards that I've shown you, momentum dashboard, Google Calendar, converting your time zone, the bonus calls, all there for you, waiting for you. Mastermind access, come to the free chapter group coaching VIP day. Everything that I'm sharing with you is in the mastermind and more. We just have office hours to actually for implementation, including writing your book, doing I can share with you how to do a retreat as well. I'm going to do virtual retreats, and I'm working on, I've invested in a program to talk about in-person retreats as well, doing your book, launching your summit, whatever it is that you need to do in the mastermind, we get it done. All right, and there's loads of bonus gifts for the masterclass, and this is where I will be sharing my media kit. This is the page I was sharing with you. So when I go out there and I get featured, I say, here's where my media kit, my bio, my free gifts, my free chapter group coaching VIP day, a copy of my book so they can have a look at the principles that I share, the 11 key principles on how to start, build and grow a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with a #1 bestselling book launch, where I've been featured before, where I want to be featured, podcast, radio, summit, interviews, articles, etc. I'm excited. And so the Spiritual Alchemy giveaway and Spiritual Ascension after show party for the summit, right? And so for co-authors as well can actually share there. And this ended up being a pilot season of me interviewing. Ramona was on here. I loved it, absolutely loved it. She was out in Egypt. It's just brilliant. So I will do that as well. And then as co-authors can share their giveaways in this bigger giveaway. And so I will schedule, it's scheduled out for 7 years, like literally drip fed. So I just have to go out and reach out to actually have guests as people were reaching out to me. It's absolutely amazing. So this is a summit that I came across, Earth Keepers Summit. The industry standard, the norm is to come to a summit, do upgrades, and then it goes away after 5 days. Like, and have speakers and different people having joint vision partnerships. Sadhguru, right? Joint vision partnerships. So this guy, Master Siri, I call him. He had a 5-day challenge for Lightworkers, and then was growing his Facebook group. And he talks about it. I was trying to find it, and the 5-day challenge, and it just says it goes to the website, and it's not there anymore. But it was a great challenge. But he was doing a joint vision partnership, and again, he's on YouTube. He's got millions, nearly 2 million subscribers, and he was doing a 5-day challenge. And it's gone. So my 5-day challenge, as I say, it's legacy building. It will always be there. It was a really, really great challenge. I'd imagine that he'll do something else. But this guy, he was saying that has been teaching people in the industry how to do a 5-day challenge. It says, want to become a light worker, the secret to getting paid doing what you love and making an impact. And again, the 5-day challenge and how they teach and how it's on and off, right? But it was really great, to be fair. So that is it. An hour and 45 minutes. Oh my goodness. Hopefully you've enjoyed this challenge. I've really enjoyed creating it for you. I really wanted to go on to share with you what the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint is. I will see you next year. I will see you in the group. Hopefully I'll see you on the monthly calls. Let me know how you find it. Comment down below. Share this out. And I'll speak to you soon. Big love. Take care.